In the mid-1980s, Disney was filming Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and they came out here and took a lot of photographs of this car. They were going to try to use them on Alameda Street, I understand, but later on they decided to rebuild an old school bus into a reasonable approximation of one of these cars. Of course, it didn't actually sound like one of these, so we did make it to the soundtrack where they came out and borrowed our whistle, our air compressor, and all of our running sounds. In the movie, you'll see the car bears the number 717. I would like to think I had a little bit to do with that when I asked the prop dresser to, when he was putting a number on it, to assign it as the 717 in honor of the only car that was still running at that time. Mentioned in 1995, this car was very worn out. We proved we really can run the wheels off of them, and we decided to rebuild the motors and trucks at one end. It took us about 2 years. Then we decided to do the other end, and we realized that we were getting a little bit better at it, so it took us about a year to do that one. At that point, the car still looked very tired, and that's when we decided that we were going to do a ground-up restoration on it, but we were afraid to have the car out of service for the 5 to 10 years it can take to restore it. So we had an army of volunteers on this car every weekend, rebuilding it to put it back into the condition you see it today. We built new windows for it, we redid the upholstery, cleaned up all the rust, just did a really nice restoration. It's always been one of everybody's favorite cars out here. These Hollywood cars were well known on the Pacific Electric, and growing up I just thought I'd never have a chance to ever ride one again when they disappeared in the late 1950s. I was thrilled when I found Orange Empire Railway Museum out here in Paris, California, that hey, these things still run, they still exist, and we have a lot of fun not only running it, working on them, and just showing them off to the public. Orange Empire was started in 1956. First got this land, the beginning of the land, in 1958. I joined in 1969, and I got hooked. It's a little bit like running an electric train set on 12 inches to the foot scale. I've been coming out maybe every couple of weeks for the last 45 years. And over the years, I've I'm now one of the instructors on these cars, and that's really a pleasure of mine.
And how many rail cars do we have here in this?
We have over 200 pieces of railroad equipment, and that is maintained by 1,800 volunteers, some more active than others, and because this group is all volunteer. Everything we do in fixing these cars up just comes from what we charge for the rides and the money we make from special events. But this is an all-volunteer group, and we have a blast doing it.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.